Stories for bedtime. Tales of Robin Hood. In the days of old, when tyranny reigned under the cruel sheriff of Nottingham, I, Robin Hood, did make my home in the depths of Sherwood Forest. With my loyal friend Little John ever at my side, I set forth to gather a band of outlaws who would restore justice to our oppressed land. One bright morning, beneath the sheltering boughs of a great oak, Little John and I spoke of recruiting fresh souls. "Robin," said John with a mischievous smile, "thy plans are as bold as they are clever. Yet I wonder if Will Scarlet shall prove true to his word." I nodded, for I had arranged a meeting with Will in the nearby village. When we arrived at the bustling tavern, we found Will Scarlet, a man with hair like burning embers and a spirit as fierce as his tongue, regaling a crowd with his witty repartee. As the tavern's clamor softened at our approach, Will stood and said, "I have heard tales of Robin Hood, yet I shall follow no man until he bests me in a duel of wooden staves." "Verily," I replied with a twinkle in my eye. "Then let us journey into the forest, where nature herself shall provide our staves." Together, Will, Little John, and I set off into Sherwood. We felled a sturdy oak and cut a length of smooth wood from a fir, each crafting a staff for our duel. The clearing became our arena as we circled one another. The contest was fierce. Will swung his staff with wild determination, while I parried his strikes with measured precision. At length, with a well-timed feint and a playful remark, "Thy skill is as red as thy hair, good Will. Alas, I must prevail," I disarmed him. Catching his breath and with a hearty laugh, Will said, "Thou hast bested me, Robin Hood, and thus, by my honor, I shall join thy noble cause." And so, with Will Scarlet now part of our band, our ranks grew, and hope began to kindle in the hearts of the oppressed. Time passed, and our deeds of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor in Sherwood spread far and wide. Yet news soon reached us that the treacherous sheriff had taken Lady Marian captive, intending to wed her to the wretched Sir Guy of Gisborne. Marian, with her grace and gentle strength, had long been the light of my heart, and I could not abide her suffering. "We must rescue our dear Marian," I declared one evening to Little John and the gathered merrymen. John, ever the good-natured rogue, teased, "Thou art incorrigible, Robin, yet thy heart beats true." I smiled and pressed on. "Tonight, while the sheriff feasts in his castle, we shall create a diversion unlike any other." Our plan was as daring as it was unorthodox. We learned that during the great feast, the kitchen prepared a sumptuous broth meant for the nobles. I whispered to John, "Let us place a live rat in the soup. Its unexpected presence will surely cause a commotion, drawing the guards' attention away from the castle gate." John laughed and agreed. That night, under the cloak of darkness, our band of merry men entered into Nottingham Castle disguised as minstrels. Will stealthily snuck into the castle's grand kitchen, where he planted a large trembling rat into the stew pot. Later in the grand hall, the rat escaped its confines, and shrieks and uproar erupted among the royal guests. In the chaos that ensued, I made haste to Marian. "Marian," I said softly, "I come to set thee free." Her gaze met mine with a mixture of relief and determination, and she whispered, "Thy courage doth shine as bright as the morning star." With stealth and care, I led her out through secret passages and soon joined our reunited band outside the castle walls. Little John, ever loyal and with a playful glint in his eye, clapped me on the back and said, "Now, Robin, thou hast rescued our lady fair and proven thy heart to be as stout as thine arm. Marian's presence imbued our band with renewed vigor, and whispers of our daring deeds spread like wildfire through the forest. Thus did we return to Sherwood, where plans were set for the ultimate challenge against the sheriff's forces. As the seasons turned, the sheriff's fury grew, and he marshaled a mighty host to crush our rebellion. Word came that his forces would soon descend upon Sherwood to reclaim his tarnished honor. With heavy hearts but unyielding resolve, the merry men gathered in our beloved forest. John, thy loyalty and strength have been the very backbone of our cause, I said as we inspected our defenses. With a smile, John replied, And thou, Robin, art the spark that doth light our fire. We shall meet this foe head-on with cunning and valor. Will Scarlet and the ever-joyous Friar Tuck stood ready, their spirits bolstered by the memory of our past victories and the promise of freedom. Even Marian, now a valued companion, took up arms alongside us, her eyes fierce with determination and a gentle smile that spoke of hope. At dawn, the enemy's ranks emerged from the mists near Nottingham. The battle was joined with a clamor of clashing steel and arrows singing through the crisp air. Amidst the tumult, our strategies, pitfalls in the earth, hidden archers, and swift ambushes proved effective, and the enemy faltered. The decisive moment came when I faced the sheriff himself. In a clearing beneath towering oaks, our swords met in a duel of wits and might. "Thou art a coward," spat the sheriff, his face twisted in rage. "And thou, Robin Hood, art a scoundrel." I parried a fierce strike and replied with a spark of humor, "Perhaps, sir, but today I am also the bearer of justice." The duel raged on, each blow a testament to our unyielding resolve. At length, through skill and perseverance, I disarmed the sheriff, forcing him to yield. The enemy, witnessing our triumph, began to retreat. As the battlefield quieted and Sherwood's green depths reclaimed its peace, we gathered to celebrate. In a moment of tender reprieve, Marian drew close. "Thy bravery has saved me yet again, dear Robin," she said softly. I smiled, "And thy love hath been the light that guides me." Little John, ever the loyal friend, added with a hearty chuckle, "Now let us raise our voices in cheer. Our freedom is won." Thus ended our struggle against tyranny, and the legend of Robin Hood, Little John, and the merry men was forever etched in the annals of Sherwood. Our tale of valor, laughter, and love endured, inspiring generations to rise against injustice with hearts both fierce and kind.